Tomorrow night at the Patricia Research Center for the Arts in Beaverton, you can see Tennessee Rising, The Dawn of Tennessee Williams, a one-man show written and performed by Portland native Jacob Storms. We are lucky to have him join us now. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for being here. So the show introduces us to the playwright Tennessee Williams, but before he was famous, before A Streetcar Named Desire, before all that. So what is it about this part of his life that drew you in?
Well, I realized that no one had ever dramatized his origin story before, so I realized there was kind of this big lane for me to be able to present it to the world for the first time. And it's a really exciting part of his life where he met a lot of the people that would go on to inspire his major characters, and a lot of events happened to him in this 6-year period that my play covers that really propel him through the rest of his life.
Okay, and why is the story, because it takes place like early 40s, correct? Mm-hmm. Okay, so why is that story important current day?
Well, you know, it's shockingly relevant. It takes place during World War II. Obviously, it's 1939 through 1945, the play covers, and it is very, very shocking how relevant it is. I wrote the play in 2016 and have been performing it for almost 9 years now, and people ask me, when did you write this? Because they think that I wrote it recently.
Wow.
Based on kind of world events and everything, but
wow.
It just kind of shows that history likes to rhyme,
yeah.
Mark Twain said.
Yes, definitely. Okay, this is a one-person performance. You've acted in other roles, of course, but I assume a one-person show, especially one that you have written, is pretty personal, pretty intimate.
Very. Very intimate, very personal. I actually wrote this show because I felt such a strange connection to Tennessee Williams, and I don't know if it'll mess up your questions, but it came about through a chance trip back to Portland, Oregon, actually.
Okay, tell us about it.
I had been living in New York for a couple years. I was born and raised here, and was performing in New York. I got a call from my high school, Northwest Academy, which is actually just a block away, and they said, we want to fly you out and have you give a speech at our scholarship fundraiser, which I was very happy to do. Came out and did the speech. My middle school that I had gone to in Portland, called Da Vinci Arts Middle School, happened to be doing a fundraiser as well. It was a screening of Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, Tennessee Williams' film, starring Elizabeth Taylor. It was organized by Elizabeth Taylor's granddaughter, who was a parent at Da Vinci at that time.
Oh, wow.
And just because I happened to be in town, they asked me to host the screening, and Elizabeth's granddaughter asked me to sing Happy Birthday to Elizabeth's ghost on stage because it took place on what would have been her 80th birthday.
Whoa.
And it was my first time seeing Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, and it was totally surreal. It was at the Hollywood Theater. And the next day I went to Powell's with the intention of wanting to learn about Tennessee Williams, someone that I knew nothing about. And I walked into Powell's and his memoir was on display when I walked in the door.
It's fate. This whole play is fate. Do you think that too?
I don't think I would have gotten this far if Tennessee Williams didn't have some hand in it.
Yeah, that's wild. So that film obviously like really grabbed you and took you in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So what can people expect from the show? Should they have a background in Tennessee Williams, or can they come in cold?
They can come in completely cold. I have had people come and see this show who knew nothing about him, have never seen any plays, and they said, this is amazing, and you've inspired me to go and learn about Tennessee Williams.
Awesome.
Which is one of my intentions of writing it, because I wanted to elevate his legacy and introduce him to, new audiences that may not be aware of him.
And I have to ask you about Alan Cumming, because he was the original director of your show, host of The Traitors. He's done other things, but you might know him from hosting The Traitors. How did that come about?
That came about actually through another kind of chance meeting. Charles Busch, who's an amazing playwright actor in New York, is a friend of mine who was a big encourager of me in the show. And I was actually seeing a performance of Charles in New York, and Marilyn May, who is an amazing 95-year-old cabaret singer who's still performing constantly. If you can ever see Marilyn May, you've got to see her. She was in the audience that night. I was waiting to say hi to Charles, and Alan was also there. And Marilyn says, Jacob, meet Alan. So it was a very kind of fortuitous meeting.
That's awesome. You're always in the right place at the right time, and that's great. Really quick, how does it feel to bring this show to Portland for the first time, to your home?
It's very special. It's taken almost 9 years to get it here since I've been performing it. So it is the Oregon premiere of this very kind of Oregon-centric show.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping some Oregon people will take credit for it.
Well, you can see it tomorrow night at the Reser, 7:30. Tickets at thereser.org. Only a few left, so make sure you log on right away to get those. And you can learn more about Jacob at jacobstorms.net. Thank you so much for coming. It was great to meet you.
Thank you.